tutorial, greetings, this is Jumbo. In this tutorial, I will show you how you can play videos using JavaScript. So this also allows you to control the video tag or element play button. So for example, sometimes you may want to create a play button. For this will come up again when we in a future tutorial series coming up soon. I'll show you how this can be important. For example, if you are taking something from a webcam, in this particular case, the upcoming tutorial, just a little side note, is that I have a chicken coop. So I have some old phones. I have an old iPhone and I have an old Sony phone. So what I want to do is I want to use them to film, take a photo maybe every 5 seconds or so, and maybe then email it to myself, or just in my local LAN network, I can then view it when I'm working. For example, right now I'm recording a live stream. I can't be in 2 or 3 places at the same time, so I'll be able to view what's going on. For example, I let them out to do their free ranging or out on the pasture. So I want to be able to see them without having to literally physically be there with them. So this is one way I can have a specific play button, and I can code with JavaScript. So maybe in the future we'll also make those into apps, like on an Android store or the iOS store, whatever Apple calls it these days, iTunes, whatever it is. And also, but this is just a local for my own needs. So I'll show you how I set all that up in the coming tutorials. So in this one, we just create a video and we will play it. So in the last tutorial, we did create a transparent video using Blender. So in that one, obviously I just use a video tag and I set it to autoplay. So sometimes you might want a custom play button. For example, one reason you might want a custom play button is so that you can start it yourself. You can create your own fancy button and just place it over the other button, and you can that's one way to do it. But I'm saying is I have a perfect use case which I'll show you in the next tutorial. Okay, so continuing on here, this is in the play in the event series for JavaScript. So in this case, this event is going to be the play event for videos. So once again, I'll open it up in a new browser window. So I guess that continues our series of opening stuff in a new browser window. This also allows you to continue using the ojamboshop.com Learning JavaScript web IDE. So this way you don't need to have a separate web browser, separate IDE. You can still do everything I'm doing that way. So the reason I'm opening all this in a new window is so that just to show you that once you're comfortable programming, you no longer need to always have something specific in a specific IDE or a web browser. You can literally run this any way you want, instead of using, for example, an iframe. Okay, so again, if you want to see the code snippet, you simply go there and you can expand. You see expand, and then you can simply just copy all this code and paste it into the web browser in the console or in a HTML file, and then you can just dump that HTML file in a browser, and then it will run. So I'll explain all this when we're doing it in the coding part of the tutorial. So here's a screenshot to see what it looks like, how many lines, and then this is the output. You see I always do an inspect, so you can see that this is the expected output. So if you don't get the same thing, you know that you made a mistake, and you can tell where you made the mistake. And also this is the video we use. So this is the transparent video that we created last time. No, we didn't create it. We created a similar transparent video, but just to show you that this works, what I did was I took the ojamboservices.com video. I removed the background because the background is it's a grayish color. So I removed the background, and as you can see here, because the background of the website is white, and you see it's white. here. But yeah, as you know, if you go to jamboservices.com, it is actually a gray, the background is gray. Okay, and this is the video. So we're doing live, so the video take a few seconds for you to be able to play it. And then, of course, before we begin, just want to let you know that JavaScript is open source. It follows the MScript standard, licensed under the W3 software license. It allows commercial use, modification, distribution, making derivatives proprietary. So, quick reminder that every Friday I have a live stream. It's on YouTube at 8 p.m. Eastern. Just check ojambo.com for details, so you can go straight to that particular live stream. When you or you can simply go down, check my channel, and see what's live. So some good news as well. Just an announcement that I'm probably gonna try making live streams on different platforms every single day, and maybe there'll be a podcast coming in as well. So just be sure to check what's going on every day. Just visit ojambo.com or visit the channels, and I'll be posting more frequently, daily content. And okay, so just to let you know, so you simply go to, when you go to ojambo.com, you can see here. So the next live stream on YouTube at 8 p.m. Eastern this coming, I believe it's the 14th of March, will be how to install the Drupal CMS, similar to how we did the WordPress, but this time we'll use Drupal, and we'll do it on the command line like last time. And I'll explain why I'm using a particular database. And also, if you do want me to install in the different databases, including WordPress, I can do that and show you how to do all those things. So let's head over to ojamboshop.com. So I'm using chapter 8, the objects, but you can use any chapter's page as long as it has the code IDE. So for example, chapter 8, the first page in chapter 8 does not have the IDE, but it's the one which the object declaration, which does have the IDE. So that's what I'll be using, the IDE. And once I type in the code here, I can compile. If there's any errors, they'll show up here. Otherwise, the code will either come up, if using, for example, alert, to come up in alert. In this particular case, my output is in a new window. So there will be no output here unless I make a mistake. Okay, so let's begin. As usual, you can always copy and paste the code snippet. So in this particular case, what I will do is I will copy and paste this part. So these are just comments in JavaScript. So the first comment is very simple. It's just telling it it's ojambo.com learning JavaScript video play event tutorial. And this is just an empty space. And obviously it's another comment, 2 slashes, and video play event. So I'll create a variable for the window. You can name it anything you want. I just use any because it's shorter than typing new window. Now, I explained this in a tutorial as well, what all this means. So these are the specs. The height will be 200. The width be set to 400. The status, yes. Toolbar equals no. And menu bar equals no. And location equals no. I don't know if any browsers still have a menu bar, but there we go. Okay. Then new window content. So I'll create a div. w.document.create element. This is how you create elements. So I'll make this a div. Then a lazy way is just to dump everything inside the inner HTML. That way you don't have to create multiple elements, the JavaScript way on line 7. And I'll use the template strings. The reason I use template strings, so that's a template string. This is a single quote. You notice the difference? So the reason I use template strings is because I want to be able to use double quotes or single quotes without any problem. So I'm doing it on the second line. So I'll say be sure to check out href. See, now I'm using double quotes inside https jamboshop.com, jamboshop.com, close off the hyperlink and start a span for the courses, and to leave a donation, click. So in this particular case, I'll use a single quotes just to what's going on here? What's wrong with? So I'll use single quotes just to show you that I can use both. APS ojambo.com/donate here. And close off the paragraph. Okay, so the next line is the video. I'll say to autoplay. Now, autoplay might not always work. Due to some security, and obviously the real reason is because some advertisers, not the advertisers, some websites abuse the advertisements by autoplaying. You might remember this if you're a little bit older, when you'd go to a website and the video starts playing and the sound would be extremely loud. So that's the reason why autoplay doesn't work. Now, if you remove the audio, autoplay might work. So that was the workaround that everybody agreed to. Right? Motions /Ojambo services.com _2025 _001.webm, and the type is video/webm, and we close off the video tag here, video, and we're going to create a button class equals play. So this is the button. This will control the play, and then there's no way to actually stop a video using JavaScript. However, you can pause it, and then that will stop the playing of the video, but it only pauses it, which is I'm guessing that's what they expected it to, that instead of putting a stop button, they put pause. Now, just to let you know that if you do use pause, it obviously pause at that timeline. So if you want to start, let's say you want to mimic a stop, obviously you would then tell it you set the seek at 1. So that means that when you play again, that's how you can mimic it. So this is one way to, if you're controlling everything with JavaScript and you want it to start again from the beginning, you would then use play and set the seek to 1, meaning right at the beginning. So I'm going to put some emphasis tag here. The reason is so that when I click the button, this is a quick debugging as well. So it's not needed, but this is one way you can tell if something went wrong. Span color red, and the font weight will be bold. Close off the style. Okay, and I think we can close off. Yes, we can. So this is the end of the template string, and as you can see, the reason I like using template strings is because you can use single quotes, you can use double quotes, you don't need to escape them. If I use double quotes, I would have to escape them. If I use single quotes, I would also have to escape them, and it just makes this more readable, because you see, you can literally just copy this and paste it into an HTML page or code without any concern for escaping. So one more time is, some browsers have some security limitations. Element meta. So what you need to do is you need to create a meta tag, and the meta tag has to be inside the head section. So I'll explain. So you need to put the HTTP equiv, and I'm using single quotes here. So content security policy. You can use double quotes, single quotes, or the template strings here as well. Now for the meta content, I'm going to use template strings, and I'll explain to you why in a second. Is because first to create default source, and this is for the CSS, and you see it's single. You see there are single quotes in there, and then script. So the script one, which is JavaScript, again it's self and unsafe inline. So you might need to do this. Oh, this one is wrong. It should be there. Script source. So you might need to do this at least once if things don't work, and then after that it will work. So then, especially if you have if you're trying to run the CSS from, for example, the link, meaning it's an external file, or the JavaScript as well. So you will need to add this here to get it to run, or get it to work, so you don't get any errors. And the last, so then what you would do then, you would put it in the head section. To put it in the head section, you say the variable for the new window, then you put document dot head for the head section, and then you append child meta. Now, I don't need this, so I'm just going to comment it out, but the reason I mention it is because you might need to do this if you decide to put the JavaScript that we're going to create later, all this CSS in an external file. Okay, so then after that, we are going to, we need to append the div element.body. So you see body, see the difference, this is body, and this up here was head. So in this one, it's in the body section that we want this to be appended to. And you say append child div. The div is the one we created up here. See this div, that's what we want to append it to. So this allows us to write less code. Now we can concentrate on our JavaScript. So I promised I would explain what all this does. So this is straightforward. It's our new window. So the document, you needed to tell it what to target. So it's a document, query selector. So if I put query selector, I have to put the type of element. So I can pick the element by its tag name, its something, an attribute. So for example, this one here on 13, if I just put button, it will if here if I put query selector, it will pick the first one only, because query selector is only for one element, so it will be this one. Now because I have two buttons, I have to put query selector all. And then, or another way I could still use query selector for this one, then I would use the class. So for the class, I would just put a dot play there instead. Another way, you can also grab it by its content, which is the play. So that's another way you can also to grab it. But usually, or an ID. So I put an ID. I could have targeted it by using the ID. Now, because I have two of them, and I do want to target both of them, so here instead I'll say query selector all. And then what I do want is, I'll use double quotes for this one just to be consistent. So I want the button. So in this case, there's two buttons, so it will grab both of those two buttons. And one of the good things about using query selector or query selector all is that I can then use for each. See, I can use for each. That elm, that's short for element. Okay. So now each of these ones, instead of for example, if I just use a regular for loop, I would have to put 1 or 0, 1 and whatever. Now I can just refer to them as EM. So what I'll do then is I'll add an event listener. In this one, I'll use double quotes as well, just to keep it consistent. Click. Function event. So then let video equals. So in this particular case, there's only one video here, so I could have actually made a better code. What I should have done, I should have actually created this variable probably somewhere here, but that's fine. See, query selector. So this time I'm not using query selector all, I'm just using query selector because there's only one, and it's the video. So again, I'll use double quotes just to, I can use single quotes as well. So now I have the video. Why do I want the video? Because I'm going to be targeting the video when these buttons are pressed. So now I'll use an if statement and say if dot class list contains I'll use double quotes again. Play. Okay, I'll explain this. So the elm is obviously, in this case, it's each of these two, each button. So then the class list. So this is one way to check the class list. For example, if this had multiple classes, for example, maybe it said play 1, play 2, etc. So then the class will get all the classes that for that particular item, and then JavaScript has built-in method or function, if you will, called contains. So in this case, does it contain play? So for example, the first one does contain play, the second one does not contain play. So then if it does contain play, meaning if this is true, then what will happen is we want the video to play. Now, one good thing about JavaScript is that if I do play this, if I click this button and the video is, let's say the video is already playing, because it should be already playing because it's set to autoplay. So this will not give an error message, at least as of 2025 in March. this won't give an error message. That's one of the good things about JavaScript. It won't put a warning. It might put a warning in some browsers, but normally nothing will happen, so which is fine. So then in order to show you that this button has been clicked, there's a few things I can do. For example, maybe I can change the color of the button, but I figured I can target this emphasis here tag and put a message in there, and that's what we're going to do. So what I'll do is, I'll just target it directly. I could have also created a variable for it, but I'll just target it directly. This is just so you guys can learn. So you see, there's only one of them. That's why I can just, I use query select instead of query select all, and then dot inner HTML. I can also use inner text, or I can also do an inner text, but I'm not going to do that because inner HTML is just, it works pretty well and it's consistent, and that way I wouldn't make a mistake. So I'm going to use template strings here. I don't have to, but just the video has started playing. Now, I could also put another, let's say the video is already playing, I could also put another message. There's a function called is_playing built in also, but I want to keep this tutorial simple. So just because the key here is just to make is the play event. That's all we care about now. So that's it. So that's the play. We hit play. That's it. And then we're done there. Okay. Else if, by the way, if you forget, with JavaScript, I think in other languages like Java as well, if you have an else if, you have to leave a space. For example, in PHP, if you do an else if, it's one word, there's no space. So that is a little bit confused. For example, if you use bash, like bash scripting, it's else if also there's no space. So just be aware of that. That's something that might trip you up when you program in JavaScript. Class list dot contains. Can you guys guess what I'm going to type in here? Pause. Okay, so this is going to be for the second button, which is pause. So video dot pause. So remember, one more time, JavaScript doesn't have a stop, it has pause. So pause will just stop playing the video, and and then again, if you want to start playing the video again, you can just click the button and all the video itself, and it'll play. And I said there's you can look it up yourself. If you want me, I can do that for you guys in a future tutorial. You can also, when you hit play, you can tell it where to start, maybe almost at the end or any part of the timeline. And then so again, document dot query selector. You see, this is what I was trying to say. Since I'm going to use it twice, I should have created a variable here as well for it, or both of these variables could have been outside, and I can use like const or something. So inner HTML, again, I'll use the template strings. This time I'll say the video has paused playing. Okay, so that finishes our logic. Now I gotta close off the this closes off our event listener. And this closes off our the button for each. So So another way I could have written this, I could say if the video is playing and then pause or something like that. So that's another way. So that's it for the coding part of the tutorial. Now let's click compile and see what happens. So compile. Down here there is no errors, and I might have made a mistake because the video did not autoplay, but you can see everything worked fine. So I probably made a mistake with that, probably spelled the Jumbo services wrong. So let me go check it out here. Oh, I put a Jumbo servers. Okay, so let's go and fix that. Hopefully Jumbo services, is it service? Yeah, services.com. Okay, so let's compile again. Oh, still didn't work. Okay, let me see what I made. It's an underscore for Jumbo services. Oh my goodness, I made another mistake. Here as well, I made another mistake. Okay, now it should be okay, hopefully. Yeah, there we go. So you can see here, because the background is white, as you can see here, the background is white and this video is transparent. So you can see that you can tell it's transparent because this is a white, and I guess the it wants to be black, but you can see it's white. For example, if I play it, JumboServices.com specializes in 3 areas. So you saw that. Now, to prove to you that this background is this is a transparent video, I deliberately kept this part. The only part that was transparent is just the body part, so not the header. I think the footer, I can't remember what I did there, but definitely the body part here is transparent. So what I'll do is I'll do an inspect, and then what I'll do is make the inspect a little bit smaller so you can see. Okay, that's pretty fine. So let's go to how do I? Yeah, here we go. So, oops, I'll put the video here. I mean the pop-up there, and I'll put it here. So what I'll do is I'll go to see the body here, and I'm going to make the body say, give the background, I'll make it green. Oh, gray works too, but I'll make it green. So here we go, green. And you see, this is still a video, so I can play the video. The first custom website. You see that? And see, the video is transparent, as I just proved it, because I just changed the background for this pop-up to green, and you can see that the video is playing and the background is green based on the web browser. Now, can you have a completely transparent background? Well, not really. It will use the default whatever the web browser is built in. But if in your operating system, if you can make the the web browser window transparent, then yes, it will be transparent throughout. But it depends on the background. So, as I said, this is not very useful for obviously for the web, because, for example, let's say I had some weird, like for example, you see I have black here. If my background was black, then this would not look very good because you won't be able to read this Tic-Tac-Toe Pro here. So, but it's very useful for, I guess, if you're doing video editing and you want maybe a little animation or something that's transparent, and you can put, for example, this will work for the subscribe. So if I have a subscribe or like or something like that, or my little intro or outro, a little small video, then it's transparent. You can, that's what it will be useful for. I guess that's why I didn't put it in the AV1 video codec. So here are buttons. So watch what happens when I click play. Development, which includes logo design. You see it's migration, payment processing, logistics. You see the video has started playing, and now I'm going to press pause. So I click pause. You see it changed. It says the video has paused playing. So let me change this background color. I guess I'll make it gray. Oh, I know which one it was. I think it was E2, E2, E2. Yeah, there we go. So as you can see, now you can see the black text better, and it looks, and you can also see here. So this one here, this does work. You see down here on the bottom left here, you see when I cover over, it goes to, so that's a proper URL, Ojambo services, ojamboshop.com. And then for courses, and to leave a donation, click here. So this will go to donate page. So for example, just to prove you that this does work, if I click, let me see which one should I click. I'm already on a Jumbo Shop, so I can click on Jumbo Shop. So it will go to the Jumbo Shop page. Now you see one of the problems by when I removed in the menu, remove the location bar. So it's hard to go back to the previous one. I think it's back. You click the back button. I don't know what the shortcut is to go back, but yeah. So you see, it is a proper it is a proper URL. This pop-up, and obviously it was smaller. Remember, it was this small. Okay, so oh, I think. Let me click here. I think in JavaScript you can go back. I think it's JavaScript back -1. Let me just try that. Okay, so Java. Oh, I think I can just say back -1. Does that work? No. Okay. I'm not sure. Let me see. Go back, shortcut key. Oh, it's Alt left arrow. I think I tried that. Let me try this. So it says it's Alt and left arrow. Huh. Oops, I put it in the wrong one. Okay, I'm confused. Where's the pop-up? Oh, here's our pop-up. So if I go Alt. Okay, that didn't work. Okay, anywho, so that's this will pop up, and obviously it's I guess because because the location doesn't work. I said location no, so that's why it doesn't work. So be careful when you do pop-ups. Anyway, so that's closed. We can close this and go back to the article, which is on ojambo.com/javascript-video-play-event. Again, a quick reminder that every Friday there will be a live stream. And this coming Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern, the live stream will be about how to install Drupal CMS. Be sure to subscribe, like, and you can leave comments. Okay, so I am promoting the Learning JavaScript course, which is available on ojamboshop.com. Again, you can learn at your own pace 24/7. There are no subscriptions, so just a one-time fee. There's also the book version of the course. It doesn't come obviously with the IDE and JavaScript. You can use your own IDE or web browser. There's a paperback version, that's a physical copy, or you can get the ebook version. And also let you know that I made an announcement earlier in this video in that I'm going to be creating a daily live stream. So it's going to start tomorrow, in that I'll be creating everything we've learned so far. So everything, there'll be JavaScript, there will be PHP, there will be Python, there will be, if you want, I could also do C and Rust and Node.js. So basically, be tuned for that series. I think you might like it. So just to let you know, if you do enjoy this, please consider supporting me by purchasing one of my WordPress plugins. All or jamboshop.com, online courses or publications on Amazon. The links are in the description. Just search for Edo to Jambo and or become a donor. Just go to jambo.com/donate. You can click here, or much better in the header, just click the donate. It takes you to the donate page. Right now I'm using PayPal, but if you do request for maybe Bitcoin or something else, let me know. So under references here, so the links. So you have the customer sets price plugin for WooCommerce, Learning JavaScript Course on jamboshop.com. There are also other courses like Python and PHP. They're all available on jamboshop.com. There's Learning JavaScript paperback on Amazon. There's Learning JavaScript ebook on Amazon, and all the others, Python and PHP ebooks on Amazon. And finally, there's also jamboservices.com for custom websites, applications, and tutorials. So this is a programmer, considered a freelance programmer. So anything you need, maybe it's migrating DNS, database things, I can help you with that. Okay, so thanks, and hope to see you in the upcoming live streams, or if you watch this later. Thank you.